I'll handle things from here on.
What's up, everybody? With the Xbox Series X and the PS5 release dates just right around the corner and not too many big games to play until then, I've gotten to play a couple games that normally would have flown under my radar, and one has caught my attention in the best of ways, and that's this game right here. This game is called Ghostrunner, and what Ghostrunner is a first-person, fast-paced, high-octane slasher that really puts your split-second decision-making skills to the test, because damn, son, it's hard. But Ghostrunner's difficulty is the best part of the game, in all honesty. It's really what makes the game. You're gonna die a lot, and when I say a lot, I really mean a lot. But every time you die, you gain something, you learn something. You learn parts of the area where you're running through. You learn where the enemies are located. You're learning the best way to maneuver around the map to get your kills. And by the time you finally get the perfect run and you complete the area, you feel like a super badass. And essentially, that's what it's all about. You're a cybernetic wall running badass. Also, the checkpoint system. The checkpoint system is really forgiving. It saves frequent and it always spawns you in at a reasonable spot where you died. There's no loading. So when you die and hit critical failure, you press restart and it drops you right in. It's super seamless. It definitely keeps the game from getting too frustrating. At the end of each level, you get a stat sheet. It shows you how long it took you to finish the level and how many times you died. And I remember on one level, I died like 294 times, and never once did I feel like I was going to rage. But this game is a pure adrenaline rush, plain and simple. The campaign is about 8 hours long, give or take, depending if you're going around every level and getting the collectibles. Some of the collectibles are lore objects that you can read about and give you a little more context on the world. And then there's cosmetics for your sword. Some of them make your sword look pretty badass, so I would definitely recommend going around and getting some of those and seeing what those look like. But as far as the story goes, it's pretty much straightforward. There's no cutscenes or anything like that. It's all delivered in between combat sections, and usually these sections consist of platforming and some light puzzles. The main part of the game takes place in this old, rundown, cyberpunk-esque industrial tower where you're essentially just ascending higher and higher by the level. And as you're going higher, you're encountering more challenging enemies, more difficult platforming puzzles. And then in between these levels or in the middle during these levels, there's this other area, which is like a cyber void. And the cyber void area is where you get some story related contextual stuff, and you learn upgrades and you learn how to use these upgrades, and then it drops you back into the level and you just kind of go from there. What I like about these in-between combat sections is the platforming, and the platforming is really a lot of fun. Early on, you unlock this grappling hook, and this grappling hook, you're just whipping around, flying around, sliding in and out in between things that could kill you. You get like this bullet time maneuver where you kind of slow down time and you can dodge things and you can use this stuff in combat too. But it just really feels good. It really feels smooth. This can be attributed to rock solid performance. I played on the PS4 Pro. I can imagine it runs the same on the Xbox One X, probably better on PC. I don't know about the base PS4 and Xbox One. I didn't play those versions. And as far as the Nintendo Switch version, I don't think it comes out until next month, November, I believe. But I'd be really interested to see how that game runs on the Nintendo Switch, because Ghostrunner is a game that relies a lot, almost entirely on movement. You really aren't stagnant at all. It's a game that it's one hit, one kill. You got to keep moving. If you stop, you're dead kind of thing. So having a high frame rate is really important for this kind of game. So I'd be interested to see how the Nintendo Switch version holds up. As far as upgrading goes, upgrading your character, upgrades are presented in a more or less a meta game that resembles Tetris. Each upgrade has a certain amount of bricks, and you gotta fit the bricks in the slots that you unlock. And depending on how many slots you unlock and how many bricks are in an upgrade, you can fit, 2, 3, 4, 6 upgrades at a time. And upgrades consist of, lessening the recharge time on certain abilities, or adding an overlay to enemies to make them easier to spot. It's not super in depth, but there is enough there to make it interesting. Look, this game is, not about upgrading your character. That's not going to make or break your success in this game. What's going to make or break your success is your ability to make split-second decisions, or your ability to learn the best path around the map to kill your enemies, or what enemies you should take on first, and how and when to use your abilities, because there is going to be a recharge time. And if you use one ability to take down one enemy instead of using that same ability to take down 2 enemies at a time, then you're going to be in trouble. You're going to get hit and you're going to have to restart. That's what it's all about. It's all about learning. It's all about repetition. And that's what makes Ghostrunner fun. That's what makes it addicting. That's what makes it easy to keep coming back to this game, even though you've died 100, 200 times even. It's the gameplay. Gameplay is king, and gameplay propels this title 100% of the way. The price point on Ghostrunner is $30. And with that being said, I really can't recommend this to you enough. I really enjoyed my time with it. And if you happen to find yourself in a little bit of a gaming funk like I have been lately, you're waiting for the PS5 or the Xbox Series X to come out, you don't necessarily want to start a game that's going to take 80 to 100 hours to complete, give this game a shot. It definitely scratched that itch for me as a palate cleansing sort of game. I turned it on. I didn't have to think. It was all reaction, baby. I just went. Xbox Series X and PS5 free upgrades have been announced by the developers, coming sometime next year. That's great. That's a plus. I love the fact that studios are doing it. It's definitely pro-consumer. And yeah, Ghostrunner, great little game. Go play it if you get the chance. I promise you won't be disappointed. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. It really, really means a lot to me. As a small channel just starting out, every like, every comment, every dislike for that matter, just interact with the video. Drop your impressions of the game if you played it. What are you looking forward to? Definitely more coverage coming next month for PS5 and Xbox Series X. So look out for that. Unboxings, gameplay, so on and so forth. I hope you all have a great Halloween. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.
Close combat implants. Crude ones. Get used to them. Your opponent's capabilities are going to improve as we climb higher. Mara is saving her most dangerous hardware for her most trusted soldiers.